You can
John,
start.
nianzie?
Yeah, start. Yeah.
Okay. So, good afternoon. Good afternoon, class.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
madam.
So, welcome to the class of today. We are going to begin by having our recap of the last lesson, where we mentioned about how to keep our environment clean. Can someone remind us on what we said about keep, keeping our environment clean? Yes, Asio?
Okay, in our last class, we learned on how we can manage waste, and we said that we can manage waste by recycling, reusing, and reducing.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much, Brenda. And now we are going to start the lesson of today. Can everyone see my slides? Can you see my slides?
Yes.
Yes.
So we are going to begin on environmental literacy. Under that, we are going to cover management of hazardous waste in the environment. The learning outcomes of today, I expect by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to identify ways of waste disposal. Number two, you will be able to define the term hazardous waste. And number three, you will identify different PPEs. Now, on definition of terms, can someone read for us on what is the hazardous waste? Yes, Kevin?
I cannot see.
Yes, Kevin? Read for us.
Hazardous waste. This is the kind of waste that its properties are capable of causing harm to human health or the environment.
Yes, thank you so much. When we talk about the waste, remember it can affect human health or environment in very many ways. So it is good to understand what we are dealing with in our lesson. So number two, we are going to look at ways of waste disposal. Remember, if you do not dispose the waste properly, now that is when it becomes hazardous. So the number one method of or way of waste disposal is recycling, which means to convert waste material into new materials and objects. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
So, and number two, we have composting. This is the natural process of recycling organic matter, such as leaves and food scraps, into valuable fertilizer that can enrich the soil and plants. So, when we talk about composting, it means that you do not have to throw the leftover food, but they can also be used once you combine with leaves from the compound to make a very rich nutrients to make the soil very rich. So in the next we are going to continue with the ways of waste disposal, and the other one is incineration. Can I have someone taking a reading for us on that point? John, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
there.
Kevin. Oh, okay. Yes, John, take us through.
Incineration,
Mm-hmm.
that point.
Yes.
This is the process of burning hazardous materials at high
Mm-hmm.
temperatures,
Mm-hmm.
high enough to destroy contaminants. Then
Yes.
reusing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the practice of using a material over and over again in its current form.
Yes, thank you so much. So we've said incineration is the process of burning the hazardous materials in high temperatures, high enough to destroy those contaminants that may affect our environment. And then we've said reusing is the practice of using the materials over and over again in its current form. For example, in case you have used water maybe to rinse off utensils, you can still reuse it by cleaning the house. So that is also another way. So we are going to continue with now the next subtopic, which is different PPEs. So the way of knowing different PPEs is first by understanding the meaning. What is PPEs? So the PPEs, it means the personal protective equipment. For example, we have protective clothes, helmets, goggles that are meant to protect the wearer's body from injury or infection. For example, when maybe you are you're cleaning the toilets, you need something like gloves. When you're dealing with something that has high lighting, you need the goggles. So things like that. So can someone else maybe help us understand where we are using clothing as a PPE? Yes, someone, Kevin, we're using clothing as a PPE.
I can try this.
Yes, Rose.
Maybe in a wedding industry, you find that they put on the helmets, the overalls, the gumboots, and the face masks.
Yes, thank you so much, Rose. The clothing, the helmet, and even the gumboots, they are used in even highly production in workshops. And yes, and now that is the way to protect yourself against even different accidents. So now, lastly, we are going to look at the assignment of the day. And before I give the assignment, I hope each and everyone has marked the attendance sheet, and I'm going to correct it after this lesson. I hope no one has signed for the people who are absent during this class. And this assignment, I'm going to ask the class rep, who is Rose, to submit it to my office before the next lesson, which is next week. And so, Kevin, take us through the assignment. Read the assignment loudly enough.
Discuss the effects poor waste disposal in the environment. Discuss the effects of poor waste disposal in the environment.
So, yeah, you should discuss the effects of poor waste disposal in the environment. Do it as group work, and then the class rep will bring it to my office next week before the next lesson. Thank you for attending the lesson. Yes, please. Yes, ask.
Can you just before reminding the recycling and reusing?
So let me go back again here. I've had someone wanting to understand the difference between recycling and reusing. So we have said reusing is the practice of using a material over and over again in its current form. And I've given an example of water. In case you are done with rinsing of utensils, and you notice that water is not yet is not dirty, you can use it to clean the house. So that is reusing. When we talk about recycling, this means converting waste materials into new materials and objects. For example, if you had bought maybe a tin with margarine inside, once you are done with margarine inside, instead of throwing that tin away, you can use it as a soap dish in your house. So that is recycling. Are we together, Rose?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. So I hope you are all clear up to there and finished all the assignments. So let us meet again next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.